It's the middle of summer and I've travelled to a tiny Hebridean island just 1 mile wide and 3.5 miles long. It's home for about 130 people, but every year attracts thousands of visitors. Many come here for the sandy beaches, dramatic scenery and rich wildlife. But for centuries, this has also been a place of special significance for Christians. Today I follow in the footsteps of countless pilgrims who've made their way here from all around the world to experience the unique spirituality of the island of Iona. I meet the leader of one of the Christian groups on the island, the Iona community, and learn about its founder, who is behind the restoration of Iona's Benedictine Abbey. And the summer theme continues as Claire heads to the Northern Irish coast, where teenagers are exploring their faith through a spot of surfing. And for those of us who think self-assembly furniture is a modern invention, Pam is at the Ashmolean Museum to prove otherwise with a 6th century flat-pack church. This tiny island off the west coast of Scotland is the symbolic centre of Christianity. Its restored abbey, visited by thousands of pilgrims, has architecture spanning the 13th to 16th century. And there's been a place of worship here for more than 1.5 millennia. Iona's Christian story began in 563 when a nobleman of royal blood landed here from his native island. His name was Columba, and he set up a monastery here which went on to become a centre of learning, healing and hospitality. Columba's successors continued his missionary work. It was a monk from Iona, St. Aidan, who converted the kingdom of Northumbria to Christianity. He founded his own community on an island off the northeast coast called Lindisfarne. Our first hymn was recorded there. It's based on Psalm 23 and sung to a traditional Irish melody called St. Columba. Iona's tiny population swells during the summer months as thousands come to visit. 4 churches serve the spiritual needs of islanders and visitors alike. At the heart of Christian life here on the island is the Iona community. It was founded in 1938 by a minister from the Church of Scotland called George MacLeod. George was a war hero turned pacifist with unconventional ideas. I met today's leader of the Iona community to find out what brought George to this tiny island.
We've been thinking about George MacLeod recently because it's 25 years now since his death. In the 1930s, he was a parish minister in Govan in Glasgow at a time of unemployment and hardship and very real poverty. And out of his experience in Govan, he felt there was a need for the renewal of community, but also for the renewal of the church. And the rebuilding of this part of the Abbey was to serve as a symbol of that rebuilding of community and of the renewal of the church.
So who worked for him here? Who helped him rebuild this?
George gathered here each of the summer months from 1938 to 1965 craftsmen who gave of their skills and of their time, but also a whole succession of young ministers and theological students from around the world who came and actually did the rebuilding.
And George MacLeod's ideas are still attracting people to join his community, no matter where they live in the world or what their denomination.
What unites us is our commitment to the rule, and our rule commits us to care about our own faith, so the importance of prayer and of reading and studying the Bible. And those issues that George highlighted back in the 1930s are as vital today as they were back then.
Do you feel like you're still rooted in the ethos of Columba?
We tried to take, as he did, what we understand as the essentials of the Christian faith and to find ways of living them out today in the 21st century. So we're not trying to play at being Columban monks, and we're not really trying to imitate what George MacLeod did in the 1930s. We're trying to be faithful to that tradition today.
Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Jesus saw me when the stranger, wandering from the fold of God, he to rescue me from danger, interposed his precious blood. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise.